Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Let's jump into some more of these Edrags and Lalo attacks, which we might be coining the YoloTrone. We'll see. But I got some examples with a poison and a heal spell, so let's see how this works. Alright, so I'm going to jump into this example here, and you can see I have a poison spell and a heal spell. Before I was taking a second freeze and two other haste spells, and I'm finding that this composition works really well because this heal spell really complements the fact that your balloons might not be able to move so fast, and you have to either hover over the town hall or you have to hover over a multi, and you'd be taking that damage so fast, and it's crazy. So that heal spell is really good. Also, the poison spell is if you run into a CC. So what we put into the CC is a dragon, witch, and some archers, which might be the worst CC to face. And so you'll see I drop the king over here, but first I drop a bowler to get a bowler bounce right here, and then I drop a minion. The reason why I do this after a couple FCs is because then the king can hug this way and stay from this archer tower to the cannon. I wait until this king is aggroed by that archer tower, and then I drop my queen, because I want my queen to step up and remove this and go this way, right? Because if I can do that, then I can send the Edrags and Balloon right into this area, and then they can get pulled into the queen and this eagle. This is where I want. Plus, because these sweepers are pointing away from this way, so that is the only kind of easier flight in. So I drop a balloon and then the stone slammer over here. I drop an archer to move those skellies because I didn't want the Edrags to get pulled by the skellies. So there goes the stone slammer. I ended up actually pulling a Sam right there, but look what happens. Two of my Edrags go this way. I didn't want any of my Edrags to go that way. I wanted them all to go into here. So that was an accident, but I was like, you know what? Let's continue with the raid and see what I can do. So one Edrag goes in, and then there is a CC that's going to come out, right? So there's the rage spell leading into the multi. There's the CC. There's a dragon, archers, witch, and then there's the queen right there. Get some nice value. Only two Edrags have made it into this core right here. Getting some nice chain value. There's another rage right there. And takes out this whole side over here. And now they're going to move on to the eagle and kills the skellies, the witch. So you can see this was actually pretty strong to get through a CC. When the other examples the other day I was showing you was the fact that there was no CC, so it was easier, right? But this one had a CC. So now I'm flying through right here. And now learning to use the spell placement is so critical, which I'm practicing in this part, right? So you'll see this is a big thing right here. As I'm flying through, you'll see these balloons are getting hit. That's not too big of a deal when you have a heal spell, right? So I drop the haste spell. They're getting pretty low. And then you have to pop the warden ability to protect them, right? So I pop the warden ability to protect them. They're moving in here. But then I wait until the longest possible spot. Then I drop the heal. And now they're getting healed back up through this multi. So the fact that I was able to do that and heal these balloons back up to full health, and then have one more haste spell for the back end multi right here was huge. So using the heal spell is critical. I would have ended up getting a 3-star, but I pull a red air bomb right there. This was, I believe, like a 98% 2-star. I had some minions, I think, maybe to try to clean up as well. But the king ended up slowing up my pups over there. So, I mean, you can see that it is definitely still possible with a poison spell and facing a CC. But if you face like a lava hound, baby dragon CC, you might not even need the poison spell because the Edrags can get through the baby dragon pretty quickly. But it's still possible using it with a poison, but it's obviously it's nice to have a second freeze or another haste, and you don't need to use that poison spell. But you can see how strong this is. Let's go and get into another attack to see how I'm using the heal spell in combination with the Lalo part, but I don't think I face another one with a Dragon Archer CC. Alright, so here is another example here where I have the poison spell. I have a bowler as well, which I don't end up thinking I actually need it, right? In this case, I just had it when I was doing some FCs. I didn't end up changing my army composition. So you can see I dropped the queen down here, and the big thing is, why do I drop the heroes down here? Well, I want to try to fly into here and get access to this queen and this eagle, right? That's the whole point. And then there's a sweeper pointing that way and another sweeper pointing this way. So it's a lot of this is reactional, right? So I wanted to get through here, get this whole section down, and then I could probably fly over the town hall, fly this way, right? So that's the original plan. And then I'm using my queen main purpose is because of this corner air defense. I don't want my Edrags or my Stone Slammer to have to fight that AD right there. Pop the King ability to clear this trash so that the Edrags have nowhere to go but inside the core of the space, plus have a Queen ability that can then reach over the wall right here and get this, right? So pop that Queen ability. I drop that first balloon to test, but I don't wait long enough for the to test for a Seeking Ear Mine. But even though I think at this point, like, if you have nowhere really to go but in, you don't even need to drop that single balloon, to be honest, because it'll end up popping, but that's an extra balloon that you could use for the flight, which is huge. You don't have many balloons anyways. So I drop the raid spell, I'm moving in, kill the queen, and I end up dropping, I think, a clone over here on these Edrags, right? So they end up getting pulled to the enemy king there, and they get pulled to the left, right? So I drop the freeze on the air defense and that town hall. And I'm looking and I'm seeing that these Edrags are going to take this town hall down and this whole section over here. So that means, well, if I took this down, the sweeper is pointing this way. I'm just going to fly this way around the base, right? So obviously nothing came out of the CC, so that means like just Lava Hound or Valkyries or something. So now what do I do here? So I see that this multi is now hitting my balloon, so I drop the heal spell early for this whole section. So the balloons are moving their way through, and look, these Edrags are still alive here. I drop the next Hound over here to tank, cross tank as these balloons come up and around. Still have that Warden ability and still have one more haste spell. I have two haste spells at this point. Pop the Warden ability, get through this initial section right there, take down the eagle, fly my way through, and then I drop the final haste spell leading into the multi. So you can see these balloons are nice and healthy, getting through this final section up here, and this Edrag ends up staying alive this whole time. It's almost dead, but it's still alive and able to get through. And you can see I have a swag poison spell, which could have been used on a CC that came out. So if there was a CC, would have been able to use it and to kill that. But you can see how strong the strategy is. Even though I didn't take down the eagle, I took down the queen. So either in the attacks, you have to be able to either kill at least the queen or at least the eagle, but if you kill the queen, it gives you a higher likelihood of tripling, because then you won't have to find a way to kill her mid-attack, but it's still possible if you don't kill the queen, as I showed in the other video the other day, but it is a super strong strategy. Alright, so here is another example. I have the poison spell as well, right, but I don't have the boulder. This is the 3 Edrags, 26 balloons. And so what do I do here, right? So I drop the king and queen up in the top side 12 o'clock. Why? Big thing is because of the sweeper locations, right? So the sweeper is covering this whole area right here. So if my queen picks off this air defense, grabs this stuff, this trash, and the king routes this way and clears this trash, that means if this is down and this is down, I can fly my blimp and Edrags right into this archer tower. So that's what I want to do. I'm going to fly the Edrags into this way and fly it over here and get access to the queen and the eagle, right? So I find some Teslas up here. The cannon is tanking this king, and it allows the queen to move in, because if that cannon wasn't hitting that king, my queen would be getting picked off super quick, right? So I pop the king ability. He's going to run down, clear as much trash as possible, give my Edrags and Stone Slammer a nice runway right down the space here. And I think what I'm going to start doing is not even drop this Coco Loon, to be honest, because if I need that balloon for the later in the raid. I think those balloons that one balloon will make a big difference as well. So I drop the raid spell, and now the Edrags target onto this multi. So nothing does end up coming out of the CC, but I have the poison just in case, right? It would be technically a fresh hit. But this case, I'm seeing that my Edrags are not going to get too much value if I drop another raid spell, right? Because these Edrags are going to die off, and I see these Edrags are splitting down here. They're going to be fine in terms of by themselves down there, so I'm going to save this raid spell for leading into the town hall now, right? And so what I can do is if I drop the raid spell leading to the town hall, I don't need as many balloons. But you can see this town hall is damaged. So if this town hall was full health, you would need at least 11 balloons to take it out one shot. So you'll obviously need less balloons if they're under a raid spell. So I have balloons direct targeting this wizard tower right here. Lava Hound flying across into this way. And then I'm going to use my Warren ability under the raid spell to take this town hall down early enough, right, to take it down. Then also the Warren ability would protect this Lava Hound leading in. So I pop that rage, and then I pop the Warren ability. So it protects the Lava Hound and all these balloons right here Then I drop a heal spell leading into this next multi-target Inferno, which was perfect because it protects all these loons going right in. And I have some pups, but see, the biggest thing, I didn't take any cleanup minions in this case here, so maybe some cleanup minions is actually something you might want to do. I think this was another one where it would have been like a 98 or a 99% because of percent. But you can see the balloons are moving through, no more heal spells, but they go right to the multi-target Inferno. And you can see how strong this is. If I had another minion to clean up this section over here, because I think the balloons ended up wrapping down around here. I should have, oh yeah, I dropped this balloon for the core CC because I was thinking that nothing was going to the core, and this king would have ended up actually stalling me up. But you can see how strong this is. It's all reactional based. You got to see where your Edrags are getting the value that they're getting, because that can make a big difference in these attacks. But yeah, maybe try this with the heal spell and the poison spell. It makes a big difference. I think this is the stronger strategy because the heal spell gives you the flexibility of healing your balloons back up. But it takes a lot of practice, and you're not going to definitely get it on your first try. You can see how this is a 98. The other one was another 98 that I was showing you the other time. But yeah, it's a very strong strat. And if you have a CC like a Lava Hound balloons, it's even stronger as well. But you can tell nothing came out of this one. It was still a 98. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'll see if I can end up using it in war attacks. But yeah, give it your shot and let me know how it goes. And so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe down below for the daily content. I'm bringing you guys a lot of Town Hall 12 lately. If you guys want to see some others, I'll be trying this stuff out on my Town Hall 11 as well, seeing how that's going to work out. And then I'm working out my Town Hall 10 in the background too. But I hope you guys did enjoy it, and you guys have a wonderful day. Carbonfin signing out. Peace.